Hello. Welcome to the TV room. I'm still mighty confused and perplexed by the 41st board in the 40th machine. Not so much the other way around. I mean, I'm perplexed by the sound I hear over here. And I don't know what that buzzing is. It may be that, in fact, there is a big capacitor in these machines. Maybe it's wonky, but not wonky enough to cause this one not to work. I don't know. It's been a few minutes. I'm going to turn this on again to see if I hear that pet sound. I do. And do I see something come up on the screen again? I do not. It's funny. Whatever it is, it seems like initially when I first plugged in with this stuff onto this machine, I did see a little something, but I couldn't figure out what it was. But now, when I turn this on, I will not hear that like pet inrush sound. Oh, I do. Interesting. But I don't see the thing on the screen. Very strange. Very strange indeed. Well, perhaps it is time to slide things over here. And, I think I have a laptop here. I think I left it on. I think. I might not have. But usually, okay, it's starting up. But I think I left the thing on here. With the circuit board that I could look and see what's what. But I don't know for sure. Okay, there's all kinds of little I guess it was turned off. But I would like to think, no, it's not coming up with what I was hoping, which would be well, I'll do this. 4043 RAM triplicate. That's what I went for before. And there was this thing that I looked at that was handy. There was. No, that's not it. It was a Zimmer thing, I think. Aha, this is probably it. Maybe. Maybe not. And it's awfully slow. Perhaps I need to go to a different internet connection here. Are we connected? We are connected. Okay. Let's see here. Commodore Pet Origins. Yeah. I don't remember if this is where I found the thing that was helpful. I don't recall. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I need to open another thing, go back to Google, say Zimmer.net, maybe, was it? Zimmer.com? No, this is not it. This is orthopedic things, joint replacement. No. I'll put in Zimmer, Commodore. Oh, come on. Sorry. This is not going as planned. Okay. All right. Sorry. Commodore. At 4032. Circuit board. Aha, this. This could be it, but I don't think it is. Hang on. I see circuit boards, but they're not the right one. Oh, how did I find this so well? Well, I'll go into this thing. Commodore pit boards. This could be it. I thought I left these things open. Huh. Okay, this maybe got me there. Okay. I think, right, this is the one. This is where I got there. Let's check this. Yes, Zimmer's. Right. Parts and layout and jumper information. Is this it? No, that's not it. But we're getting there. Okay, so what we're at now, we're at the index. There was one in particular before that jumped out at me. Wrong. No, it was a PDF. Maybe this is it. Things are happening. No, this is a schematic. This is not it. Although it said it was a schematic. This was a PDF of all the parts. Oh, the dynamic pad. I bet you this is it. Okay. The dynamic pit. So let's see here. Because on here, And maybe... Why is this not letting me move down? Okay, I can move down. There's all kinds of cool stuff. Some stuff that really means nothing to me at this moment. But here is the parts list. And I think I showed this on a previous video. What I really want to do... Okay, here's the chip things. What I'm looking for is the one that would be... Okay, there's ROMs that would be responsible for video things. There's ROM character generator, UF10. I'm pretty sure that I swapped that out. I think I did. So 6502, 6522, there's two 6520s. Okay, I'm not seeing a 6545 listed. I guess that is something for the universal board. And then there's ROMs. There are. Yes, UD6, UD7, UD8, UD9 ROMs. ROM character generator. I think that's what I changed. Yes, it is. I have changed this with the other pet, and it didn't make any difference. It's very near the RAM chips I checked. Very near. And is that it? That's it. Okay, so unlike the universal board, there's not as many chips on here. What is... There's a chip up here. UD2. What's a UD2? It's a 74154, 4 to 16 line decoder. And UC9. Oh, okay. It's a whole 74. No, yes. 74159, 4 to 16 line decoder. But they're very different. And one looks like a big chip, and the other looks like a tiny chip. Well, these things happen. All right. Well, this has been turned off for some while. It has. So I think what I'm going to do is turn it on and just look and see if I see any of that weird stuff on the screen again. I hear the pet sound. I'm looking at the screen. And I see nothing. Okay, well, there's one thing I can try. Just to see, like, if it's a video thing, and I'm just not getting video, but the machine is really there, I need to have something else connected. But then I can see if it works. In this case, a data set. So I'm going to turn this back on. I hear the pet sound. I'm going to press rewind and fast forward. Okay, it is fast forwarding. Interesting. Interesting. Because sometimes, of course, with things like this, when things are bad, the data set will not work. So it may be that whatever is happening here is indeed like the machine is there. What I really need to do, I think, is find something I can, like I know this keyboard is working, something I can put commands into that like a disk drive, where I know if I type something in and I say catalog, that the drive will activate. With the tape drive, you can't tell so well. And since you can't see anything on the screen, well, you can't see anything on the screen. I'm just touching to see again if anything feels remarkably hot. Well, 6502 feels kind of warm, but I'm not looking for a little bit. I'm looking for, like, burn my finger, run to the freezer and grab some ice. And then, of course, there's all this stuff with this RAM that was wiggled its way in, wire wrapped its way in. Nothing seems to be remarkable. I'm going to wiggle the video connector to see if that has any effect in case there is micro corrosion. But there is not, it seems. I'm going to turn this off again. I'm going to listen for that pet sound. And I don't hear it this time. And I'm looking up. And I see nothing. I'm going to be brave. Touch the transistor things. They seem okay. Okay. So, is that on or off? Oh, no one can tell. Okay, it's off. So I will pop out the data set and put down the lid. Try turning it on one more time. I hear that pet sound. I'm going to try to see. Is there anything on the screen? Now we know this monitor is working. All right, I'm going to turn that off. And I'm going to turn this one on. And there is that hum. Oh, right, I can't do anything with this on here. The keyboard. Well, from what I remember, the D key works, kind of. Like I get one out of every whole bunch. So this keyboard is dirty. Oh, that key works. It's the apostrophe key. The at works. Kind of the backslash. Oh, there's a possibility. Oh, that's depending, I suppose. No. Alright, I can't type anything in here to try. Very strange. And do I still hear the buzzing? Yes, I do. Buzzing. Well, maybe I need to search some more online. All right. I will need to ponder. I think what I might try and do, though, is get up here a disk drive. Oh my, hang on a second. It's Rudy from Rudy's Retro Intel. Oh good, I'm recording. I was just oh no, it's all right. I was just very confused. I've been swapping boards between the 40th and the 41st, and finding that, well, I'm no really farther ahead. I did see the first time I put the 41st board into the 40th and turned it on, it was like there were 4 lines of something in the middle of the screen, and I could vaguely see a flashing cursor, and then that all faded away, and poof, it was gone. So it's very, and I can't get it to come back since. I've turned everything off. I was just thinking about, what am I going to do? But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get, if only I had a disk drive. Oh wait, I have bunches. I'm going to get a disk drive up here, and turn them and hook it up, turn on the computer, and then and see if I type things, if the disk drive responds. So basically, is the machine working, but the video is somehow compromised? Yeah, I just don't know. And the other funny thing is, I tried a data set on both ports. Okay. And it did load. Sorry, not on this one, on the other one. But it's funny that because there was so much dust and stuff that it worked on the internal one, but not on the one in the back, until I took and put a pencil eraser to it, and then that worked fine. So anyway, on the 40th one, everything seems good. But now I have the 41st board in the 40th machine, and that is where things are not going well. So I think I will seek a disk drive and a cable and just see, like, is it working? There's just no video.
Well, you also might want to change keyboards from a working PUD, because maybe the keyboard's not working.
Well, okay, yes. Well, okay, the keyboard on the 40th one is fine.
Oh, okay.
So it's fine. Actually, the one on the 41st, because I wanted to do stuff on the 40th board inside the 41st, I couldn't do it because the keyboard is dirty as hell, and I could only get like the odd, very few keys to be okay. So I know the keyboard in the 40th one is pretty fine, pretty dandy, pretty happy. So I'm pretty confident, even if I can't see, if I type in C-Shift-A, or if I type in the whole word catalog, or somehow or another, I'm going to be able to get enough typed in that if the drive responds and does things, that I know that, okay, we're definitely dealing with video.
Definitely.
Anyway.
Now, it could be the video RAM, it could be something else, or it could be the monitor.
Well, the monitor the monitor, once kind of like the keyboard, the monitor is the one that was in the 40th, and it's fine. Like, it works with the other one. So basically, the only different thing in the 40th one right now is the circuit board. So it's got to be something on the circuit board. Yeah. And in the 41st one, where I put in the circuit board that works, and where the keyboard is all dirty, the monitor, which comes up with nothing, with the 41st one, it comes up fine with the 40th one. So it basically looks like something on the circuit board. I did swap out the chips that were in sockets that I could swap out. And they all tested fine and swap it. So nothing in sockets seemed to make any difference in anything. So
are you gonna, if the catalog works on the floppy drive, then you're gonna go after the video RAM?
Oh yeah, that, and well, it just could. Well, maybe they're both bad.
Maybe.
Or there is no 6545 in this machine.
Right. No CRT.
So I don't know. There could be other things involved, but yeah, I guess maybe it's just the RAM. Maybe it's just the RAM. But it's weird how the stuff that showed up. It was almost like You know that old show, We Control the Vertical, We Control the Horizontal.
Yeah.
All I could see was a vertical line in the middle of the monitor where I could see four characters, like just four, like nothings, but a flash on the fourth line. There was a flashing cursor, almost like the one of those controls or whatever sends a signal was squirrely.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Could be a capacitor's going bad too.
It could be.
But I bet you it's the video RAM.
Well, that's where I will start.
Yeah.
But I suspect there's more to it. I suspect there's something else that's weird and wonky.
Plug in your drive and do a catalog and see if you get if it's good activity. And you know at least it's computing. It's actually loading up stuff, right? I mean, then you know that it's just a video problem, and then you go after the video RAM and whatever else.
Yes, other things in the video.
Yeah.
And what have you been working on?
Oh, well, the Super Pet. I got it to boot finally, so it's booting up. So the kernel ROM is bad.
Uh-huh.
The 6545, which is the CRT controller, is bad.
Uh-huh.
2 bad chips on the memory, plus 2 bad chips, 2 out of the 4 out of the video RAM. And I just plugged in a known working keyboard for my 4032, and that doesn't work. You type, it gets garbage on the screen. So it's like another IC.
So a 65, either 20 or 22.
Yeah.
Right. So of the RAM in the machine, not the video RAM, but the other ones, there was a couple that were bad.
2.
Huh. So how much memory does it now say it has?
Oh, it has the full amount. I replaced those 2.
Oh, okay.
And the video RAM, there's 4 chips, right, for the 80 column machines.
Yeah.
82s and Super Pets. Out of the 4, 2 were bad, so I changed those 2.
Okay, so you basically stolen a bunch of chips out of your 4032.
Well, the memory had extra
memory. Oh, okay.
The video controller chip, the 6545, yes, and the kernel ROM.
Haha. So the kernel RAM that was the one that was making the screen green.
Yeah, just complete green, nothing.
Haha.
Yep.
Excellent. But now the keyboard. Now, did you deoxit the connector?
Not yet, but that's the next step. If that's the case, then I'm going to be. I don't think it's the connector, but
probably not.
But I'm gonna spray it anyways. It doesn't hurt to clean it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like corrosion.
Oh yeah.
And then I think someone has plugged something into the pad the wrong way and sent some voltages down the lines that weren't supposed to.
Oh no.
Because that 6540, the video controller chip, is rare to go bad. Like it's a very robust chip. It shouldn't go bad. But someone did plug something in the video or in the back somewhere, did something wrong, and then said, "Oh, it doesn't work anymore." Sell it.
And now the keyboard won't. So are any of your 65, 20, or 22s, are they in sockets in your other machine or no?
I have a spare one. So I'm just going to... No, this one is... I have to desolder.
Back to the desoldering.
So I have to desolder that, and then I have a good working one that I can pop in, and that's it.
So assuming that's it, the 8032 side is happy.
Yes. Then we go on to test the Super Pet side.
Woohoo!
So I have a Diagnostics offer for the 8032. I was going to run it, but I couldn't.
You can't type. If only the Pet Companion had some way to help with that.
Yeah. Help with the video part. Anyways.
Maybe with the next Pet Companion, if ever you do one, you could have a voice module.
Yeah.
Where you could just say commands.
Or you can have it, have it Bluetooth too. A
Bluetooth. Yes.
Huh. That'd be neat.
Sure. Yeah. So you're getting there.
I'm slowly getting there. Yeah.
Well, that's encouraging.
I've never worked on a pet that has this many problems with it. Usually it's just a video RAM and maybe a ROM or something like that, like 1 or 2. But this is like So
Yep.
with four RAM chips,
yep.
the controller chip, the ROM, maybe the other ROMs are having problems, but they've all seemed to pass the test with the little diagnostic board. The one that you have.
That's buried in the cabinet, yes.
That's buried in the cabinet, yes. So it's passed all those tests, so that's good. Because before it was getting intermittent CRC error on the kernel ROM.
Yep.
But now I pulled it out of the 4032, which are compatible, or the same really, same part number, everything. So I popped it in, and that part works.
So it's
I could try plugging in the SuperPad and then flick the switch and see if it goes into the 6809.
Okay. I have one other thing, question. When you unplugged the keyboard,
yes,
from your 4032 and moved it over,
right?
Did you leave the cable in the 4032 and use the one that's in the 8032, or did you bring the whole cable?
No, I brought the cable too.
Okay.
Because I know that's working, right? Because the 4032 looks fine. So I figured I'll pull that keyboard out, because the other one I'm going to have to pull apart and clean anyway. So I would just pull it apart. So I want to get the system running, and then I can go back and look at the keyboard.
It's funny. I am going to spray Deoxit on, a bunch of things, but certainly the keyboard connector in the 41st one.
Yep.
It is so tight. Like, I had to use a chip puller, even though I'd already had the thing off a time or two. I had to use a chip puller to convince it to come off.
So spray it in the socket and let it sit for a bit.
Yes. Oh yeah. I'll
again,
micro corrosion. Well, on the 40th one, were it not for the eraser on the cassette port, the back cassette port, which was just like, no, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
But I did speak of Rudy saying, Rudy says that this Deoxit will clean up the board nice.
Yeah, that's why I cleaned up the 8032 side of things, because it had a weird, it had dust, which I brushed off. That's not a problem, but it had a weird film on all the ICs, and I couldn't really read the chips. So I used 99% alcohol and sprayed it on, wiped it, and it was still there. It was kind of weird. So I was deoxing. I was trying to run Deoxit against one of the sockets, and it sprayed on the other chips, and I noticed, hey, look, I can read them now. So I sprayed basically very lightly. I just sprayed the whole board, and I wiped it off with the old cotton T-shirt.
Yep.
And now it's all clean. It's very. I didn't know that, so now I know what to do.
Deoxit. Well, the 40th one, certainly there, it has a vast layer of dust and stuff on the board.
Yeah, I have a new painter's brush that I got from the dollar store or whatever, and I just brushed it. People say, oh, it's creating static. I have never had a problem.
Well, it's funny, because I took, hang on, I'm just moving a little closer here. 1 second. I'm going to open, if I can do this with one hand. Ow. Maybe I can't. Ow. Maybe I can't. 1 second. I'm opening the 41st that now has the 40, the board from the 41st, the 40th board. I have a brush here. It's kind of like a big toothbrush, and if I rub it on the board, it makes a little bit of difference. Oh yeah, I guess it does some. I think I will. Well, somewhat. I think I will. I'll use this little brush on some, but then I'll hit the Deoxit.
Or try rubbing alcohol first, spray, and then use the brush. And if you have an old T-shirt that's cotton, not polyester, you spray the board and then lay it on top of the board with the brush, and it'll absorb the alcohol and the dirt.
Oh yeah. This brush is doing a little bit more now. Before I not on the top. The tops of the chips are still filthy.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, we'll see. Well, hang on. Let me just say goodbye to the people. Goodbye, people. David Bradley in the TV room signing off. And Rudy's here. And Rudy got a cat named Hank now, but I don't hear Hank in the background.
No, he's sleeping.
And Penny is probably sleeping somewhere, too. But anyway, so we both have pets, and now Rudy has a super pet, and he is so happy that it had difficulties. But I don't think well, that's what he said to me. I don't think he can afford to be so happy.
No.
Happy.
It's a challenge. I like the challenge.
Well, it's nice that at least not every chip was bad.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, very good. All right, goodbye, people. Farewell from the TV room. David Bradley signing off. Bye for now.